I've had a few people ask me what my thoughts are on deforestation and that big UN summit they had. Well, at the old COP26, they decided to end deforestation by 2030. People are asking me, as a logger, how do you think that's going to affect you? First off, I don't believe any of these world leaders on their commitment to climate change. You're telling me that Brazil, Russia, China are all going to get together and end deforestation. I don't believe Brazil for that for a second, but let's assume it's right. Personally, I think it's a good thing if they did do it, though, for the logging industry in BC. Because mainly, logging is not deforestation. I really got to get people to understand that. This isn't deforestation, what we're doing. Canada has some of the best sustainable logging practices in the world. We plant 3 trees for every one that's cut down. And in BC, we take less than 1% of the total area that's even allowed to be harvested. We take less than 1% a year. And when it comes to old forests, 75% of our old forests are protected. See, the comment I always get, though, when I say that, hey, we replant 3 for every one we cut down, you always get the comment, yeah, but you plant monocultures. We don't plant monocultures anymore. Let me show you a cut block here. It's been harvested a little while ago. This is a cut block. We logged it, and then it got replanted. It's not a monoculture. I mean, look, we got this kind of tree, which is different from this kind of tree, which is different from this kind of tree. It's not dead. The leaves are just falling off. It's winter. There's tons of different species in this replanted area. The reason why you see some monocultures is, yeah, back in the day, sometimes they plant monocultures. We've learned to do better as the forestry industry. So yeah, logging isn't deforestation. What is deforestation is what they're doing in Brazil, where they're cutting down the Amazon to make room for farmland. That's deforestation. Urban sprawl, as cities keep getting bigger and bigger and pushing into the forest. As humans expand and permanently remove the trees in the forest, that's deforestation. I'd like to see that stop too. So why is a commitment to end deforestation good for the logging industry in BC? Well, think about it. If China, Russia, Brazil have to hold themselves to the same standards that we hold ourselves to, well, that means that they can't cheat in the market. If they got to replant, they got to do the same environmental sustainability we got to do. They can't cut the rate on the lumber by screwing the environment. We all got to play on the same field. That's why I hope that resolution actually goes through. One more thing, not really related to deforestation, but I had to clear up. Old growth, old forest doesn't really mean big trees. You can have a tree that's relatively tiny and be considered old, because those really big 1,200-year-old trees only grow in certain conditions. Most of the interior of the province, you can have a 300-year-old tree that's relatively tiny. It's still old. It just doesn't have the chance to grow to a big size because guess what? Trees, like most things, when they get old, they die.